In 1960, Haitians did not know what drug was. 1970, if you say marijuana to somebody in Haiti, what you talking about? Cocaine? Today we have a large drug population since the occupation. Wonderful thing that the United States of America does. It's cleaning out its jail populations, we're told. So for the past 3 years, every American Airlines that land in Port-au-Prince has 4 or 5 handcuffed men in the back. These are supposedly Haitians. Nobody checked their papers, nobody really knows. But what is certain, they are hardcore criminals. The U.S. has a program. If you've been in jail 10 years, or you've gone to jail so many times, the next time they arrest you for hardcore crimes, instead of giving you life imprisonment, they can take you back to your country, supposedly. And this without saying anything to the government. You get to the airport, they take off the handcuffs, and you're in the streets. The American Airlines land every day in Haiti at least 3 times a day. And every day it brings a load. And then they say, oh, there is insecurity in the country. We wonder how come. Until 1985, I lived home in a house where I did not have the key to the front door. Even when I went on vacation, I didn't lock the door. I just pulled it. Today, I wouldn't dare. To solve all of this, first element, we must know what's happening. Because if you don't know, you cannot resolve a problem that you have not identified. Number 2, you must get yourself together. Bayyinah has to look at Bayyinah. Look at what's wrong with Bayyinah and decide how to cure and clean Bayyinah. Zaid has to take a good look at Zaid, clean up Zaid, and cure Zaid. And when Bayyinah is clean, Zaid is clean, Bayyinah and Zaid can have a program together.
Thank you. Yes,
the natural talents of women for details, men did not have what it takes to run a country. That's why it was the business of woman. Yes, it's very, logical that the way they viewed these things. Now, so we have, if we take Naomi with a female army and a male army, the male army is in the business of protecting the king and the nation and making expansion. The male army's job was the day-to-day policing of the population and fighting defense. Each had their own role. But in all of our societies, all over Africa, there has never been this concept that women can't, and women don't, or women are less than. No. We are different. We have to know our own forces. Why 2 armies? Very simple. Women don't have their strength, same places, or in the same way as men. Men will be stronger, easily develop strength from the upper body. Women, their strength is more easily developed from the lower body. So, if I become a policewoman in today's police force, they're going to teach me to fight like a man. I'm never going to be equal to any man on that police force. I cannot be. Because the force they're asking me, the part that they're asking me to put into play, are not the ones that are natural to me as a woman. I can be equal or better to any man when I know how to fight as women do, naturally. Not learning to fight as a man. It's like you ask a dog to be like a cat. Women are equal to men, but each have their own role. They have their times where they must be separate. The women must get together to get certain things done. The men get together to get other things done. And then there are specific places where we're going to come together to do a specific thing. Okay? But it doesn't mean separate. All of the people with high melanin content, they all believe in what we don't see, in non-matter existence. When we're looking at life, taking life as if we were, I don't know, leaves being blown in the wind. You don't put any objective. You don't set no objectives. You just sit there and complain. Here's something else we're very good at. We can complain for days. And when you say to somebody, what's the solution? Okay, let's try. Nothing's going to work. But you know, they keep doing this. They're doing this to us. No, don't complain. I don't believe in complaining. Look at the truth for what it is. Face up to it. Oshun teaches us. Love, you know what love is? Love is knowing your weaknesses, your strength. The weaknesses and strength of your partners, the weaknesses and strength of your enemies. That is love according to Oshun. That is equilibrium. You see, knowledge of self begin by knowing your body. What goes in and what goes out. What goes out is an indication as to the state of your health. If you do not know the natural color of what you eliminate, how can you know when you're not well? Because that's the first indication. If you have a fever, the color of your urine will change. Know what to eat and what to drink that will eliminate the level of acid in your digestive tract. But if you get up from there as if that's not you, yes, we must deal with our everyday reality. So get into knowing our body, okay? So let's love ourselves, know ourselves. Look at yourself. Don't hide it. Your gray hair, just flaunt it, baby. Don't paint it. These are facts of life. Accept yourself. And people say, well, why don't you do something? I mean, you're very pretty, Bayyinah, but if you would just, and sometimes the word can't quite come out. I said, you see, I have earned every single white hair you see on my head on the battlefield. There is no way I'm going to get rid of one of them. So accept ourselves. Love, that's loving. Knowing self, that's loving. When you know self, there is no limit as what you can do. So please, brothers, sisters, go in yourself. You've seen a lot of things. What you don't have is you have not taken all of this in, kneaded down with your own experience. When it comes out of your mouth, it should not be a quote. I'll be very happy if I hear you say that what comes out of your mouth is not a quote, but a conviction out of your heart through your mouth. Most of us go into a either or. Well, I'm against the white man. I don't want anything. I'm going to walk bare feet because the white man made the shoes. I'm going to walk naked because the white man made the clothes. I'm going to sit on the floor because the white man made the chairs. Okay. If you want, that's all right. But there's another way. You could learn from the chair he has made and make your own chair that fits your big behind. You can make your own whatever using the technique. The principle is forever. It's universal. It belongs to nobody. This white man that you're busy giving him credit for everything, he went all around and stole from all of us. Most often he's bringing back things he took from you. He brings it back to you and you say, whoo, he's a genius. You're not gonna, don't say, I'm not going to. No, go. Learn. Study. but don't spit it out like a parakeet. No, take it in, knead it down, make a dough with your own experience, with your own reality. And then when you're going to speak about it, you're going to bring out your conviction, your vision, your point of view. They condition us in the schools because they don't want us to say nothing and say, well, where did you get that information? And they condition you that continuously you got a name. Dr. So-and-so say, Dr. So-and-so say. Dr. So-and-so say a lot of stupid things. Even very brilliant so-and-sos say a lot of stupid things. Because all of us are human. For every portion of intelligent things we say, and we, Bayyinah included. And you would do me a favor and an honor if when you look at what I say, when you read what I write, you say, yeah, I agree with her here. Yeah, that's right. This I feel, that's correct. But this one here, no, there the sister Tegri, she took off. I don't see it. I don't view it that way. I think this way, there you help me. Don't say every word out of her mouth is God's given truth. That's not true. That doesn't exist, this person. So go in. Take all of this, knead it down, make your own, and bring out your thing. One day, I hope to sit in the audience and look at somebody who used to come and listen to me and see how this person brings the information they have gathered from all around, bring it inside themselves, and then spit it out, their own conviction, not quotes. This whole quote business is out. Don't tell me what somebody else said. Tell me what you believe, what you're convinced of. And if you speak what you're convinced of, it will make your action, it will give weight to your actions. You will act on what you say. And it will be your conviction acting. And that will give strength to your actions. And our combined action can be a strike or a movement that brings the result that we want. Sound is energy. With energy, you create matter. Words are sounds, sounds are energy. We call ourselves niggas. We call ourselves all kind of trash that this jerk first gave us. And then, with all the adjectives, niggas are. We say it continuously. We are reproducing it continuously. We need to stop. You don't agree with what a brother is doing? I don't agree with what this brother. You don't need to give him no name. You don't need to put all kinds of negative adjectives on him. Because whether you know it or not, the force is in you. And it works. That's a science. Okay? Now, establish the different principles. The first principle is identifying who you are. If you don't know who you are, you'll never make the right choices for yourself. You will never be content and at peace with yourself. If you're not at peace with yourself, you can't be a good fighter. You'll be too troubled. You'll be too confused. You are easily deterred. And you're going to sell out everybody. It's not your fault. You just don't know who you are. The basic work was not done. Okay? So start to work. Anybody who starts learning themselves will develop all the forces, the power, the puissance that is in us. Then you are qualified to to take a partner, to join with groups, to do anything. But as we stand right now, we're not qualified. If we don't know who we are, we don't know ourselves, not even materially.